Good morning, boys and girls. Happy writing day. At this point, you've all seen the process that good writers use to respond to prompts. Okay. Remember that prompts is the same meaning as a question. So if I say prompts, I mean questions. So the prompts or questions. A few days ago, we learned about the importance of utilizing close reading strategies to help us understand text. We also learned how to take notes and determine important information to use in our writing. The other day, you had the opportunity to try drafting a piece in response to a specific question. You kept the characteristics of a good piece in mind as you thought about the rubric. Today, we're going to read a different article that also focuses on ways animals use special traits to survive in their environments. Okay, before we start reading our new article, I want to remind you of our close reading strategy. Remember that close reading is a strategy that all good writers and readers do to help them understand their text better. It's when we read our text multiple times. So the first read, we want to read the article just to get the gist. What is the article mostly about? Okay. The second read, we want to kind of dig a little bit deeper. As we're reading, we want to think about things that pop out in our mind. This is where we can maybe circle things we don't understand or, underline important information. The third read is when we put it all together. So the third read is when we read to answer the question. So you want to think about the prompt or question that you have to answer, and then you want to pull information out of the article that will help you answer that question. Okay. Today, what we're going to do is I'm going to read the new article. I'm not going to read the article all the way through. I'm going to read some of it. And, I want you to listen to my thought process as I'm reading it. And then you guys will finish reading the rest on your own or with a parent. After that, you're going to read the article 2 more times. And there will be a question that you can choose to answer and take notes on. Okay, so I'll get started. I'll read some of the article, and you can follow along with me. Ooh. And our purpose for reading this first time around, right, is to get the gist. What is this article mostly about? Beat the heat. A lizard runs across hot desert sand. It stops and lifts up its right front foot. Then it lifts its left back foot too. It holds both feet above the sand. After a few seconds, it switches feet. Up goes the left foot, front foot, and the right back foot. The lizard looks like it's dancing. Yet this is how the lizard stays cool. Heat moves from the hot sand to the lizard's feet. When the lizard lifts its feet, some heat leaves its body. Sometimes the sand gets too hot. The lizard's feet can't beat the heat, so the lizard digs into the sand. It tunnels to where the sand is not hot. Okay, so it looks like this is telling me all about ways that a lizard stays cool in the hot desert. Okay, so maybe this article will be all about lizards. Maybe we'll see, and how they stay cool. Heat danger. Keeping cool is important. High temperatures can harm an animal's body. Luckily, animals have ways to keep cool. The lizard uses the environment to change its body's temperature. Here's how it works. When the lizard is cold, it crawls to a sunny spot. It soaks up the heat. If the lizard gets too hot, it moves out of the sun. It finds shade. A lizard must not get too hot or too cold. If it does, it may not survive. Okay, so this section is also talking about the lizard and the way that a way that it stays cool, how it changes its body temperature. Let's look and see. Self-control. Many animals use the environment to control body temperature. Fish and insects do. So do amphibians and reptiles. Mammals and birds do not. They can control their temperature. All animals have one thing in common, though. When it's hot out, they need ways to cool down. I would suggest that it seems like that would be some important information. Okay, when it's hot out, they need ways to cool down. And it looks like we might start talking about other animals and not just lizards. Let's see. Some animals have special body parts that help them stay cool. Others, like the lizard, act in ways that help them cool down. Animals use all of these adaptations to keep cool. This too seems important. Animals use all of these adaptations to keep cool. So I feel like this article is going to mostly be about different animals and the adaptations they have to keep themselves cool in the hot sun. That's my thinking. Okay, I'm going to maybe read 2 more paragraphs and then I'll stop and you'll read the rest on your own. Okay, then it says, fun fact, an animal can cool down faster in water than in air. Splish splash. A flamingo knows how to cool down. It will stand in water on one leg. The water cools the bird. Sometimes that's not enough. Then the bird puts both legs in the water. The heat from the bird's body moves into the water. Now the water is a little warmer, but the bird is cooler. A hippopotamus looks for water too. To stay cool in a hot place, a hippo may spend up to 16 hours a day in water. So this is about 2 different animals and ways that they stay cool and how they survive in their environment. Now I'll read one more. Drips and drops. Sometimes cool water can be hard to find. A wallaby lives in Australia's outback. The outback is hot and dry. There's not much shade either, yet the wallaby isn't in trouble. It licks its paws and its arms. The spit soaks up some of its body heat, and that cools the wallaby down. So now this is a way that the wallaby stays cool. So far in this article, what I'm noticing is animals have different adaptations or ways to keep them cool. Okay, there's ways that the lizard stays cool. When I read, there's ways a flamingo and a hippopotamus keep cool. Same with the wallaby. Now what I want you guys to do is, that's my thought. So what I think so far, the gist of this article is ways that animals keep cool. Okay, it seems like they all had that adaptation that helps them to survive in their environments. So now when you guys finish reading, I want you to read and see if that is the gist of the article. Okay, I want you to keep reading and figure out that gist. So far, that's what I'm thinking. I hope you're thinking the same thing. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to read this article, finish it, and then you're going to reread it again. Okay? So now, I'm going to have this article for you under our materials for the day that you can use it to read. Okay? I think I am going to have it editable so that you're able to, if you needed to, highlight and take notes. So each person will get their own copy and you can highlight and take notes. For example, if I want to highlight, I remember I said I thought this was important. I can highlight that. I think this is the highlight color. And I can put that in yellow. And then I thought also this part, so I can highlight it. Click that highlight. Okay, so that is something you can do when you're reading. If there's something that you don't understand, maybe next to it you could put a question mark. Okay, now I want you to make sure too, though, that you're using your time wisely when you're reading. I don't want you to spend the whole time highlighting. Remember that our whole article should not be highlighted, right? We're just kind of pulling out the important information. Okay, so I don't want to see your whole article highlighted, right? And I just want to see if you would highlight information that seems important. Okay. So with that being said, here are your directions. Guys, this is so hard to teach on the video. All right. So now, here are your questions. So it says choose one question that you would like to answer. You have 3 choices. So you have 3 choices to choose from. What traits do animals have that help them to survive in their environments? Using evidence from the text, explain why Beat the Heat is a good title for the article. Or question 3, the author includes a number of details about how animals stay cool. Why would the author want to draw attention to the ways that animals stay cool? Okay, so after you finish reading it for the first time, you will see this Google Doc called Beat the Heat Questions. You'll come over, you'll think, which question will be the easiest for me to answer? Okay, and then you're going to keep that question in mind when you reread. Okay, so there'll be 3 Google Docs labeled question 1, question 2, question 3. See, I have them up. This is what it would look like. Question 1. Okay, see, it's labeled question 1. If I chose that, I would open up this doc, okay, and write notes on my article. Now, if you notice, there's something that says notes and paraphrasing. Do not worry about the paraphrasing section. That will be our next lesson. You guys already learned how to take notes on your articles. So when you're reading for that second and third time, you want to take notes in this section that will help you to answer your prompt or question. Okay, so again, do not do the paraphrasing side. We will learn about that next. You're just going to reread your article 2 or 3 times, choose the Google Doc question that you would like to answer, and type notes that will help you to answer your question. Okay, so that was question 1. There's a Google Doc for question 2. It's labeled question 2 if you want it that one. Or there's question 3. Okay, these will all be attached. Choose the question you want, click that doc, and you'll have your notes that you can use to type. And I wrote that for 3. You will click the doc that has the question you want to answer. Okay, you will reread the article 1 to 2 more times. No, 2 more times, and record notes that will help you answer your question. Okay, I will also leave this attached in case you forget what to do. I feel like this writing lesson does have some steps, but I think that you should be able to follow these steps. Again, if you're confused, just rewatch the video. And, my directions are on there on this video that I'm recording right now. So you can always go back to the video, reread it or rewatch it, open up this and really understand. And again, of course, you want to try to make sure you're doing your work independently. And if you need help, of course, ask a parent. Like I said, this article is a little bit longer. I do want you, of course, to, read it independently on your own. But if you do need some assistance, make sure, you ask for help and assistance. Okay. So normally I would, if I noticed we were having trouble with the article, I would pull a small group. Unfortunately, given the current situation, I'm unable to do that. So hopefully you guys will be able to, be successful with this writing assignment. If you have any questions, you can reach out. Like I said, rewatch the video and you have all of your necessary documents that will be attached to help you. All right. All right, you guys are superstars. You're great writers. You've learned so much this year. So I'm not worried. All right, so work hard and have a great day.